So, who do you think are the top three junglers right now?
Um, Ranked, Merc, or Evo maybe?
Why have you chosen these gods?
So Mercury, I mean, then are you recording? Is that a yes? So Mercury has a lot of everything, basically. I think he's just the best ranked god because he has two forms of CC. He has one of the best ganks in the game. He has really easy time farming. He does a lot of objective damage, so he can solo like Fire Giant, Gold Fury. Not it doesn't need to be soloed, but you know he just does a lot of damage. He wins a lot of 1v1 matchups and he scales really well into late game with his crit. If people don't build Spectral against him, he can kill everything. Like if a frontliner runs at him, he can kill a frontliner. If he ults to backline, he will kill the backline. He will be able to win a lot of 1v1 matchups against other assassins, as long as he's the one who gets the. I mean, a lot of assassins is just like whoever gets like the first ability off. But he has an easy time playing away from people, and he has a really easy time closing gaps, and you know like forcing like a 1v1 with another assassin if he wants, which a lot of the time he won't be doing. But for Thor, he's just similar, has two forms of CC, has a lot of damage in his kit, scales well into the late game, doesn't really do like this is what's better about Thor is that he doesn't solo objectives that easily. Like he doesn't, you know, like one shot FG, he doesn't one shot, you know, Gold Fury. When I say one shot, like he doesn't do it fast. But he's extremely good in team fighting, probably has one of the best team fights in the game because you can play it so many different ways as long as you as long as you're smart with your wall, you can wall frontliners, then you can dive the backline after. You can wall off people. He has really good ganks, really good at farming, and scales well into the late game. And Hebo is kind of just a ticking time bomb. Like the longer the game goes, the stronger he gets. And he just starts one-shotting everything come late game. He doesn't really have the same strength. Like he is kind of you can punish him throughout the early game, but he's still if you play really well with him, you can get away with his early game. And like if people try and like fight you, even though you don't have like you one shot, if you are able to play around your cooldowns really well and kite people, he still has really strong fight and still does good damage. But he just scales really well and is super easy to have an impact on like late game. As long as you're patient with your ult and you know you just have to be smart with your ult and knock up so you don't waste them too much.
So, what gods would you recommend people if they wanna use those gods to get out of low elo?
Those are the gods I would play. They're just good at every rank. And I mean like you could swap out, like you can play set. Like when I haven't played him that much recently, but like when I was playing him, I was winning every game on that god because he snowballs super easily. He's so strong into up until late game, and late game he's still strong, but he's just more difficult to play late game. A Wheelix can be really good. You know, for some people they might really like Susano or Thanatos. Like they're all fine. They're all good. And then like Bakasura is another pick that's like pretty strong. But you know, like I think a lot of it comes down to just personal preference.
Why is Thor your favorite god?
Because he has a high skill cap with a lot of skill shots. And his kit is very versatile in the way you use it. You can because there's so many different ways to position, to use your abilities, the order you use your abilities. He has a fun ult. His double tap is satisfying to hit. His wall is satisfying to hit. His wall and double tap is satisfying to hit. I just think he has a very satisfying kit. His ult is very satisfying to hit. Like everything is a skill shot outside of his spin to win. Um, and he's a very smooth character, and you can outplay people a lot with him. And like it's just you have so many different ways like you can make plays on that character.
So, this question's always asked on your stream. Why do you max your 3 over the 1 on Thor?
I maxed the 3 because it allows you to use your hammer for utilities such as like you know hammering over walls or like hammering to close gaps or hammering for anything but like you don't need to deal damage with it. Now there are scenarios where you might wanna max the hammer. It's fine. You can max either or. It doesn't really matter. It's more burst. If you max your hammer for like a gank, if someone doesn't have beads, you have more burst of your hammer being maxed. But a lot of the time, if people have relics, then it's better to have your 3 maxed because then you can dunk. You can choose whether you 3 or not. Because if they insta beats, it's better to literally just hold your abilities and just auto attack them until they build a gap on you, and then you use your 3. Uh, and then, well, you can use the one as poke, but then that, which is fine too. It's fine to poke with the one, but usually if you want to poke with the one, you want to have other people who can sort of make sure that poke is safe to go for. Because if I like, say there's like a raw in the mid or something, and I wall hammer this guy, and then their jungler is like standing around the corner, they can just blink on me and like go on me. But like I need every time you wall, you want there to be some threat, or you need to have like an escape. So I mean, you can just ult out. But yeah, it is good to wall for poke as well. Wall hammer for poke. Well, that's kind of what you're trading. You're trading the utility to look for pokes with the wall, and that's up to you as a player to sort of decide which you think will be more valuable for you.
Who do you think is like the most underrated jungler?
Oh, really? No. Zed? I feel like no one's really playing Zed, and I feel like he ruffled every time I play him. I ruffle them.
Who's your favorite mid to play?
Merlin. It used to be Kronos, but he hasn't felt like good recently.
How come you like Merlin?
I don't know. His kit is just fun. I like dance switching. I don't know. It's just satisfying to play for some reason. Maybe it's because he has so many like stances, and like he just feels like he has a lot of damage. Like in the late game, he feels crazy strong. He just shoot abilities over walls and just like kill everything.
Okay, so there was F1 this week. Who's
Is
your
it good?
favorite F1 driver?
Lewis Hamilton, because he's everything I wish I was, everything I aspired to be, everything I wish I could be. The greatest, the most ferocious, the most impassable. He will eat your heart. Praise be to Allah. Okay, that's Mike Tyson.
So I think that's it for today.
Hi YouTube, and thank you for listening. I mean, hi YouTube, and thank you for listening.